Looks like I just got into a wrong music at first. Anyways, this is Genshin Tonight on the Chan TV Twitch channel. Hello and good evening, channels and chanmates, and especially to our fellow travelers. Usually, I could have not done this, but this is what I've actually thought no, because later on we're going to excuse me. Although this is another thought now, because later on we're going to pull for Lyney, because a friend of mine probably no quote unquote made a request that I should pull for Lyney. Oh, and speaking for polls, I just went to Honkai Star Rail earlier, and then when I checked the pities, count the pities, and it's already pity 70. No, it's pity 40. And because of the anniversary rewards brought by Honkai Star Rail, that I got 1,600 Stellar Jades. And at the same time, I still got 20, my saved 20 stellar, what do I call that? Stellar special warps. Oh wait, no, not that. Tickets. Darn it, looks like I should remember, no? I should get to know more about Honkai Star Rail. But anyways, this is Genshin Tonight once again, and later on I'm going to pull for Lyney. But why am I saying Honkai Star Rail on this program, or this short here? Although I didn't expect that I could have bumped into other schedules. It's because I'm going to pull for Lyney. And why did I say about HSR? Because just earlier on last lunchtime, hang on, forgive me, but I really have to change the background. But anyway, that's just another thing. But anyways, yeah, I finally get who's that character? Jingliu. Excuse me. I got Jingliu. And I just won the 50-50. The last time I got 50-50 was Ronmei. Yeah, Ronmei? Ruanmei. Yeah. Yeah, I actually got her on that same event, but that's actually before. What am I talking about is more on the character banners. But anyways, later on I'm going to pull for Lyney. Hopefully I will finally get him, because take note, channels and genmates, and to my fellow travelers, Lyney is the Kuya here for Lynette and Fremine, and without him, I'm going to check first on the character archive. Okay. Oh yeah, this is Arlecchino. Yeah, this is Arlecchino. If my friends would rather say, yo, you should pull for Arlecchino, Xian, you should pull for Arlecchino, but meh, I need to get Lyney, because you know what, his banner, and you know what, at the same time, I was supposed to get Nuvolette from the last banner, but since Lyney is confirmed to be part of this banner, well, I ended up skipping Nuvi and pushing my way to Lyney. And take note, I'm already on pity 70, and if I'm going to check later on, but just later on, because check this out. Here we go. I got Lynette and I got Fremine. Lynette and Fremine. Yeah, I got his two siblings, but the Kuya is not here. So can you actually imagine how the Kuya is actually absent, leaving those that I have, but I don't have the Kuya here. Understandable, because he's a 5-star while his two siblings are 4 stars, so that would be easy for me to get the 4-star characters. But anyways, I'm already on pity 70, but first we will go to continue with Xianyun's story quest, that I really have to go to that area. You see that area behind me? Hi Xiao. That I really have to go to Shuyu and listen about she's gonna tell about her secret experience. And I'm going to go first for a break for a while. But first, I'm going to show you right here on the upper left screen. I have 1,383 Permagems, which if I'm going to go shop right now and buy my fates, intertwined fates, huh? I still have 8. Plus, if you can see here, the star glitter 7. That's plus 1 because each intertwined fate, if you're going to, if you're going to spend your, if you're going to spend the star glitter something, what you see right here, it costs 5 each. 5 each intertwined fate. And you can only get them if you got a 4-star item or a 5-star item, specifically the characters that you already got one before. So that's already like the goal here. But you know what? My goal is for Lyney. Okay, so I'm going back, and if you have just heard, if you have just heard something earlier, you think that I lost 50-50 to Chi-Chi, but that's not the case. I have not pulled for anything yet, but the fact that I was that I played that song, or actually because I was just testing whatever the possible outcomes that whatever the possible outcomes, if I win, if I lost but not Chi-Chi, or if I lost and it's Chi-Chi. So yeah, these are the scenarios that something that you really have to be careful on. But yeah, let's just begin and continue as we're going to Shuyu, and as she tells for a secret experience, which is part of Xianyun's story quest. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Please do me a favor. Okay, here you go.
What's wrong, Shuyu? Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant, but are you guys all adepti in disguise?
Adepti in disguise, huh?
How about that?
Why do you say that?
Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, I think I might have heard Miss Xianyun call herself an adeptus.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Must have been a slip of the tongue.
You got a point.
Xianyun
is
since
technically
you were the one
an
who
adeptus.
misspoke, maybe you can explain to Shuyu here what you really meant by that.
One is indeed an adeptus. Is that of some concern to you?
Huh? I knew it. Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane. I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross, but then this snowy white crane flew down from the sky. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed and my fever was gone. I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance. So, I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that? A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud Retainer?
Never has one met an adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
That's weird. Was it really just a dream then? Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny recover her memories. I'm really grateful for all your help. Leave it to us! Now that we know the 3 locations, we just need to visit them one by one. Let's go to Wangshu Inn first!
Whoops. Sorry about that. When after the story, I ended up frozen because you know what? I was just off to somewhere for a little bit, and right now we're going to Wangshu Inn, and that's that. This is where Xiao. Welcome home to your hotel, Char. Yeah, sorry, I was because I was just having a little chat with my friend earlier, and yeah, something. Oh, and the story continues. So it's raining.
Wangshu Inn.
Oh wait, did she notice that Xianyun is
Do
present?
you remember this place, Granny? Yes. The fish here is very delicious.
Oh,
and
okay,
if you look out into
That's
the
Granny
distance,
from
you can
the restaurant
always
before.
spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock. I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I spent a lot of time looking out that window. Which room was it again? Let me look. I'll come with.
Hyman's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right? Wait, huh? Whoa! Shao! What are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the living daylights out of Hyman!
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form. I have indeed.
Xiao!
I fought
Xiao,
alongside her in this
Xiao,
form on many occasions
Xiao,
during the Archon War.
Xiao.
Oh, wow!
It's
what was she
you,
like during
my
the war?
baby. Xiao. Okay.
Oh, wait,
I have to
let
calm
Paimon take a
down.
guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang
Whoa.
Bang continuous fire mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
Adepti.
An impressive imitation.
Looks like Xiao
Paimon
doesn't
knows her all
care.
too well.
Uh-huh.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics. The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A cloud retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape? When dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world, a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago, when she decided to don her human form. I believe it was for the purpose of...
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Granny, are you okay? Back then, at this place,
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I shall take my leave now.
No, Xiao.
Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer, I trust you are in good hands.
Thank you, Xiao,
Everyone,
for trusting us.
I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
A long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
Huh. So what Shinjo said was true! You did fall ill! Was that why you went into hiding?
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me, and there was no cure for it. I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was a solemn sight. I remember crying, but I'm not even sure I knew why. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills. He told me that the pills were concocted using Adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made a full recovery. My illness remained dormant for several decades after that.
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago? And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? Paimon's brain kinda hurts. Do you remember anything else?
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless. Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me. Watched me grow up, raised me. How could you say that about yourself? Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the next location.
Xianyun, I agree with you.
Next
Because,
location.
you know what?
Next location.
Hang on.
Oh, why don't we go to the area north of Dwayun Karst next?
Before we'll proceed, fellow travelers, earlier on the statement of Xianyun, I kind of agree with her because when you're sick and you started to recover, that's already a process. Although it will not, sometimes it will not take time to be fully recovered after you're sick, but again, there is process like taking medications or whatsoever. There is process and there is time for your recovery. Normally, when you get sick, it will probably take like 1 to 2 weeks of recovery. Especially when you're drinking or taking meds or medicals. Yeah. What's really important is that advice. My advice, as possible, you should go visit the doctor at least twice a year, so that they will provide you a checkup to make sure how your health progress goes. Okay. So without further ado, let's continue. Let's go to Julian Cars.
There isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first. After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate, we'll recover all of Granny Wendai's memories in no time.
Okay, looks like we got another quest to do. We're going to Julian Karst as we're going to search for something that is needed. Maybe particularly the materials. So let's go to this area first. normally when I go exploring in Genshin, because sometimes no, I was too because sometimes no, I'm too lazy to um, head head solely by feet. So I instead make use of the teleports. I took advantage of the teleports so that you know, yeah, how it feels. But if you want to take Genshin into the real world, it's so impossible because you know what? It's really different, and there are no teleports here. Oh, by the way, here's the first clue.
Paimon sees an abandoned house! Why don't we take a break over there?
This place. It's.
Hey? Yeah, it's an abandoned house. That means
Did you remember
it's
something, Granny?
nothing.
I remember. Shuyu. This is where your father was born.
Oh.
It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together
Oh,
with
that's the
some
grandma, right?
being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had
Whoa.
exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so we took refuge in this house. Your grandpa set up a barrier outside, but neither of us knew if it could hold the monsters back.
Wow.
I remember that night. I remember falling
Into the
to my
storm,
knees,
right?
reciting a prayer over and over. I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me as you wish for
No.
forsaking my oath, but spare my innocent child.
Sin? Oath? Did you do something wrong?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength until the sun finally rose again and the fog cleared out.
Wow.
Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father. I remember I clutched him tight to my chest and wept tears of joy.
Yuandai.
It was the first time I'd ever felt such happiness in my life.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Shuyu. You're so much like him, and I love you both so much.
Do they look alike?
But you're
Shuyu and her father?
always going to be different from me. Why? Just what did I do?
I don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than anything.
You're too sweet, Shuyu. I'm lucky to have you with me.
Agree.
If not for you, I would not have had the courage to come here, to try to remember what I had forgotten.
Grandma Yuanda, you
All
are
right.
loved.
Let's not stand around any longer. There's one place left, yes? Let's go take a look.
Okay, another place to go. We still have 2 more to go.
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Xianyun Peak. Yuandai, how fares your health?
Okay.
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Okay.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
Oh,
All those...
oh, hang on. Sorry. The conversation might get interrupted, but anyways, let's go first to Xianyun Peak. And while we're in the progress of heading there, I want to tell you something about Genshin Tonight. There are 3 upcoming episodes that I just pre-taped, and in the first episode supposedly should be released on YouTube and on Twitch as well as on Facebook for at the same time. But you know, I couldn't do it because issues. Yeah. That's why if you have noticed on the supposed first episode for 2024 when I'm talking about Genshin Tonight, and we're supposed to like go on every Saturday night, weekly actually, and there I did story quest for Yoimiya. No. Dr. Baishu first and then Yoimiya. Dr. Baishu first and Yoimiya. Then right after that, we're supposed to go to Fontaine, but this I think ended up becoming the first regular episode for 2024. So if this is going to be premiered, hopefully on the first Saturday of May, the Genshin Tonight episode will surely be released. So yeah. And it will be streaming on Twitch and on the YouTube channel. Unfortunately,
The damned
again,
will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
Unfortunately, again, productions for Chan TV on Facebook page had been suspended, so you can only watch on Twitch and YouTube for now. Okay, so I hope I already gave you a heads up, and I'm really sorry. I did tape on it. Just do me a favor, enjoy whatever's coming up, alright?
We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny Wendai?
Let me see. How strange. Have I lived here before? When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. I could easily picture myself in those places. But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
But did the stories get it wrong then? Yeah, that's true. But they're also the only thing we have to go off of. Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Wendai's memory just like the others.
I'm sorry to disappoint you too.
It's alright. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
Thank you. If only I could remember. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Aotsang? Looks like we've come full circle.
Mount Aotsang. Mount Aotsang. Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you can't remember. You shouldn't do something that makes you sad. Mount Aotsang, What am I really?
Mount Aotsang holds some familiarity to you?
It does, but I can't go back.
Are you feeling unwell?
My head, it feels all heavy and dizzy. What is wrong with me?
Cloud... Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Aotsang.
But...
Fret not, all will be well. You and I You have already given more than enough to the pursuit of this endeavor. You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in suppressing the fear in your heart and restoring your lost memories. It currently resides at Mount Outsong.
Wait, really? When did you do that?
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal itself when we arrive.
Whoa. That's so, and as we go to Mount Aosang, here we are at Mount Aosang. Okay, and it's great to be back here, which is one of the mountains here in Liyue, and this happens to be the same area where when we did the Lantern Rite quest with Xianyun alongside with Ganyu and Shenhe. Well, this is the same area where we work together to, get a cloud and buy some kites. Nice one, baby. And yeah. And hopefully we could finish before 10 o'clock because that's where we're going to end the show. Because later on we're going to pull for Lyney a trial for the matter. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show once again.
Come on, just tell Paimon already! What's this thing you've prepared?
Here, this is it.
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with when we first got here? Oh, is it another invention of yours?
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. I call it the Suspensus Somnium mechanism. It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax and even enter a semi-hypnotic state. Soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia, its potential uses are numerous indeed. And of course, it can also aid in the recovery of lost memories.
Whoa, what a cool
Just like when you're
gadget!
searching for lost media.
If you had it all along, why did you keep it to yourself until just now? We could have come to Mount Outsong right off the bat and saved Paimon a lot of floating.
How preposterous. Had Yuendai not recalled much of her past through her own efforts, the device would have nothing to draw upon. We Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one would have little to offer in way of assistance.
Paimon thinks she gets it now. Hey, what's that other thing?
As previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism. One secured such a tune from Streetward Rambler. Only with her melodies can the mechanism reach its peak power.
Whoa, Paimon can feel what you mean. Paimon's body feels light as a feather. It's as if she's lying down on a warm patch of grass after a super satisfying meal.
And you, Yuendai, is the mechanism helping you to relax? It appears she has already succumbed to the depths of reverie. Come, join one on this side. We shall give her some time to herself.
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Please. Please, no. Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. one of gentle breeze and morning dew, perfectly straddled betwixt the realms of heaven and earth. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. We should have never.
Okay, let me know in the comments if you're crying on this scene.
So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny!
Granny, are you okay?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have returned?
Wait, did you just call her by her full name? Does that mean you already knew each other?
What?
Yes. I now remember everything.
Oh my.
Everything.
Really?
Granny, please don't cry. I'm here. I'm here.
Again, let me know in the
Don't
comments
worry,
if you're
my
sobbing.
dear child. Granny is fine.
You're loved.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
Okay, you're loved.
You've gone
Put
to
that
so
in mind.
much
You're
trouble
loved.
on my behalf. It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I had forgotten was the truth of what I once was.
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth long buried is sure to come with a myriad of complex emotions. Perhaps one should recount the story on your behalf while you compose yourself.
No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered, I must face my memories head on. Shuyu, everyone, I cannot thank you enough for all your help. I'm ready to tell you my story, if you're willing to listen.
Please, Granny, don't force yourself. What happened in the past doesn't matter. I love you more than anything. Nothing you say can change that.
See?
I know,
You're
dear
loved.
child. My feelings for you are exactly the same. It is for this reason that you deserve to know the truth. Some time ago, I made a terrible mistake. One for which I could never atone.
Is this the sin that you mentioned in Xianyun Karst? What happened?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for centuries, was that of a wild crane. I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloud Retainer, became aware of my existence and began to share many stories with me. She even passed on the secret of cultivation to me. Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out her tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I would also stand next to her and watch. I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings, and time gradually passed us by. Until that fateful day 50 years ago.
50 years ago?
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. From them, I learned how she had saved people from a similar crisis in the past. She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt of becoming an adeptus like her. I wanted to travel the land like she had, relieving suffering wherever I went.
Whoa. Looks like based on the lines, she's the one that I look up to the most. I can actually relate a little bit, but it's not much of an ambition, but more on romantic relationships. when I try to have a crush on someone or trying to get a girlfriend, you know what? I'm always in a bad shot, you know, because you already know how the girls really likes hot man or yeah. Anyways, let's just continue. But isn't that wrong? Based on the story, I don't think it's wrong, actually. But seriously, you're not a human form. I'm really not sure. Just like the cloud, just like Xianyun. Is that what you're trying to say? As truth be told, or anyway, let's just continue the story.
But I was still far from being a real Adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. Once she learned of my desires, Master prepared a special dose of human mimicry potion for me.
Okay, I can relate this a little bit to the dangers in my heart. I'm not going to tell you what episode it is, but I'm just going to say how Yamada is trying to focus on her career and at the same time with her soon-to-be lover, which they're already now. I'm not gonna say anything because this can cause spoilers, but yeah, this is actually relatable. I mean, if you admired someone and in the future you want to become like someone or whatsoever, it takes a lot of time to, you know what, get there. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of road for you to walk. And it's just like, okay, it's just like when a friend of one of my friends told me this. It's just like when you're catching a fish. Can you imagine that? For my context, it's more on romantic relationships. But for this context, fellow travelers, it's more of chasing your ambitions, chasing your real ambitions. I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story that I once aspired to become a chef. Although I wish, because I grew up broadcasting when I was young, I could probably tell you that story in someday on Afternoon Live. But yeah, when I tried to become a chef, and my parents, especially my mom, tried to get me into accountancy, which later on I crumbled. And then I moved to another course. Supposedly, I want to go to broadcasting or mass communications. But I got an objection saying concerning about the salaries. Because can you imagine, here in Philippine media, especially if you will go to a radio station, it's more of radio stations, and you're just going. People would just hear what you're talking about or what you're saying on a radio station, and you don't actually appear. Just like how much known broadcasters, even our Mike Enriquez, went from his stint on radio to TV to become a TV news anchor, right? And he became eventually the pillar of Philippine broadcasting, and that's an example of something like that, no? Or because if you want to be a news anchor, then how much you will get paid or is based on your advertisements, right? If you disagree with me, please let me know on the comments. Again, like Afternoon Live, the chat box is open, and I'll be happy to read in your comments or whatever. But anyways, I wish I could continue the story because right after this, I'm going to pull for Lyney. I've been mentioning this several times already, but we're not yet done with this story. Hopefully, we're finished. Yeah, hopefully we're finished so that hopefully Lyney is finally home. Kuya is home. So let's continue.
She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would forever forget my past as a crane and become something neither human, beast, nor adeptus.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, after talking about when I was supposed to shift to broadcasting from accountancy, but again, because of the objection, I would rather be either part of BS in mathematics, but at the same time, because there's someone who happens at the fact that I have a crush on um, before her, that got me into computer science. And then later on, well, she got a boyfriend, so crumbled and crumbled, but here I am today. I wish I could stick to my gut, as always, despite objections. I wish I could do that. Even me, even when I thought of myself that even when there's someone that I like before, that she's in computer science, but even before that, I did not think of that as well, even if I already have a crush on that person, right? And what do I call this? What do I call this? No. Yeah. Well, when I was, yeah, I didn't thought of seeing myself as a student for computer science. Instead, I see myself as a broadcaster that time, or even a chef, or a content creator, something like that. Assuming when I got multiple talents or whatsoever, but because of not because of my crush from before, but it's because, first of all, objection from my mom, especially, that I was supposed to go to broadcasting but got objected, while my dad suggested that what if I should go to computer science? Well, that's already a thought here. That's my starting point. Anyway, let's just continue the story. By the way, Mama Ai Hoshino, I'm so sorry. I failed you. Let's just continue with the story.
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia all along.
Was it because of Grandpa?
Indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, it was not only my first foray into the world below, but his as well. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about the world and wanted, more than anything, to cleanse it of all pain and suffering. I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away. Those 10 years passed by in a flash. Yet I did not want to leave his side, so I...
Oh no. What happened next?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead and asked someone to leave it outside her abode.
So that's what you meant?
I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, I fled and tried to hide from the world, such that no one would be able to find me again.
I mean, is that the thought, actually, that, let me take a comment on this. So, you fell in love with that person. I'm talking about Granny Yuandai. Forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but anyways, So is that the reason you thought of having yourself committed a sin, an offense that you thought to be unforgivable? Because I mean, you're in love with someone, or there is someone that you like. You want him to be your boyfriend, and at the same time, you don't want to. You want to stay chastised, and so you want to stay in chastity for the sake of the cloud retainer or the adeptus. Is that what you meant? And I mean, being in a romantic relationship is nothing wrong actually, as long as both of you felt comfortable with each other, and yeah, that's what it matters, right? Comfort is always the key essential for a better life, no? Because can you imagine if that could end up being toxic, and it's not going to be really good. So let's just continue the story.
But that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. My memories became hazy and confused, and I could
this
no
is
longer
why,
keep myself awake.
You
I
ended up
understood
forgetting
that
about
my
the cloud
pain was
retainer.
caused by my refusal to return to the life I was fated to lead.
That's
Along with my
why.
memories as a crane,
No?
I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed a sin. All I could do was pray for forgiveness, even if I had long forgotten what needed to be forgiven.
I mean, how am I going to say this? No, you know what? Hate to admit, fellow travelers, sometimes, and also makinig kayo, channels and channmates. Well, sometimes romantic relationships can be tempting, no? And then you could end up being blinded just because you saw someone that you ended up being love in a first sight, right? No. Yeah, sometimes it could be tempting, but sometimes it may be comfortable for you, but sometimes as well, you have to consider yourself, no? Sometimes. I mean, I tried for many times that I tried getting a girlfriend, but I always keep on failing. And a close friend of mine told me that it's being in a relationship is much worse than just dealing with your studies, because you can just study by yourself, while if you're in a relationship, like, let's take this, if you're married and you ended up and you found someone else that could be better than her, and you might end up in a divorce. That's not healthy, right? Toxic relationship. Well, you know what? If you want to learn more about how healthy romantic relationship is, just take Ichikawa and Yamada as an example from The Dangers in My Heart. You will see how a perfect depiction of healthy love it is.
Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at the same time. If it weren't for those soul-revitalizing tea pills, I probably would have...
Granny, what's wrong?
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an adeptus? No, it couldn't be. Master, don't tell me. Back then, that merchant was actually...
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not? Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wishes.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world and hide myself away in perpetuity, the only person I managed to deceive was myself. You knew where I was all along.
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed a certain fondness for a particular game. You would hide yourself among a group of wild cranes and ask one to pick you out from among the flock. One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own, no matter what form they may take.
Wait! Paimon's confused! So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again? But how? When? And what happened after that?
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest of the tale.
Well, just hearing her story is deeply like saddening, no? Okay, here you go.
One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses.
Investigation time with
In truth,
Xianyun.
one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner. As an exorcist, his talent was lacking. One could hardly say his skill with sigils was any better. But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness. He never uttered a complaint and rarely left your side. Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiencies. Glaring though they may have been, wishing to grant you a life without regrets, one gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one eventually decided to perform the deed oneself. One took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn. As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. You showed not even the slightest inkling of recognition. One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise, or mourn the loss of your acquaintance? Skyward!
Whoops. I don't know where is the bridge, that's why.
Scatter! Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter. Scatter! Skyward! Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter! Skyward! Hurrah! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Skyward! Seize the skies! Scatter! Skyward! Skyward!
This is actually funny because, you know, the Meteorol just ended up being electrocuted through
Those
lightning.
monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly remains. Said godly remains, in turn, were likely drawn to the trace of one scent on your body. One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making. In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard an infant's cry pierce through the air, and one saw you carefully cradle the child to your chest. Although certain mortal matters remain foreign to me, one could not help but be moved by your joy. To see you happy, that was more than enough. Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait, but if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
Whoa.
Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, so did you give one many a headache. Upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, you began to cry, refusing to get on one's back. When one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus, because all illuminated cranes are white from tip to toe. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring. It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, Yuendai was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that form, you still recognized the essence of her being. Perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one.
Whoa.
Now all has been revealed. One owes you an apology, Yuandai. One recognized you upon your very entrance into Wanmin restaurant. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Indeed, one wished to bring your story to a satisfactory end with this visit to Liyue Harbour. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, all those cherished memories would merely have become the fictionalized account of another. Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them. Would you not agree? Even if the process was painful and arduous to experience. Have you any further inquiries?
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be, even though you knew about my mistake? Why did you not bring me back to Mount Outsong by force?
One has never regarded your action as a mistake. It was a simple choice, nothing more.
See,
When it is time for
being
one's
in a
progeny to leave the
relationship
nest,
is,
it is the responsibility of an
wrong.
elder to let them fly free. Yet, when your wings grow weary and the night grows dark, just know that you always have a place to which to return. 'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. Home, nest, haven. Whatever its denomination may be, its essence remains quite unchanged. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. One's disciples are free to come and go as they wish, yet the door remains forever open to those who wish to return. One rather hopes you count yourself among them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You and I. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your condition as of late. Have you not? 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Though one used one's own blood to provide you with a few decades of extra time, it merely delayed the inevitable. One may have extended the path, yet one was unable to alter its final destination. Even the power of an adeptus has its limits. Had your condition continued to deteriorate, you would have forgotten your life as a human entirely. In the end, you would have turned into a creature lacking in the ability to even comprehend its own monstrousness. Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories. Though one sped the process along by providing some guidance, the result is entirely a reflection of your own effort.
So, what's gonna happen to Granny?
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience one day.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness. This is a better result than I could have ever hoped for. How much time do I have left?
Not long. The transformation is imminent.
Granny? Please don't leave, okay? You're all I have left. Please.
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only regret is having to leave you behind. Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm gone.
I promise, Granny. I'll do whatever you say.
Good girl. Good
Looks like
girl.
this is giving me tears right
Don't
now.
worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become the most formidable crane in all of Mount Outsung. Granny will train day and night. I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able to live together again. You and I. How's that sound?
Good.
That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both work hard, we're sure to meet again someday.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you, no matter how long it takes. I'll wait for you to come back.
That's a good girl. Then Granny really has no more regrets. I'm so sorry, Master. Thank you for everything.
Shuyu.
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response to such an event. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there is scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress and misery. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest. Take a nap if you must. One will wake you in due time.
I always believed we would see each other again, that our days of separation would finally end, and all my troubles would be behind me. If only things could stay this way forever.
Looks like it's just a dream. And yet we're still crying. After, you know what, Granny reunited with her
Curious.
child.
If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You
Right
weren't
after
ready to
this,
wake up.
Genshin Tonight will be right back for a few moments. Then when we come back, either we will probably finish a quest, or if not, let's start pulling for Lyney. stay tuned. This is Genshin Tonight on the Chan TV Twitch channel.
Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Grilled chicken drumsticks. Huh? Was Paimon sleeping just now? Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all.
Really?
Adeptus?
Really?
Oh,
I just have a friend of
you're
mine
awake.
who
How
had
do
a
you
similar
feel?
dream, but more of soups.
I feel a little better. Thanks. I know I'll see Granny again someday, so I don't feel so sad anymore. Madam Adeptus, could I ask you something? Would you take me in as a disciple?
Oh,
Oh,
and
wait.
have you reasons for this sudden interest?
Looks like I remembered something.
I know
Shuyu
Granny thought
first
what she
came
did
to
back
this
then was
quest,
wrong.
And then when Lantern
She
Ride
felt really
when
bad
Lantern
about
Ride
it.
came, this is the
Without
you
that
know.
mistake, I would have never been born. Even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me. So, I thought maybe one day I could become a cool Adeptus like you and help a whole bunch of people, just like Granny wanted to do.
such inspiration.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that. If this is what you desire, one shall make it so.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus. No, I mean, Master.
Shuyu, are you sure about this? Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like chin-chin and violet grass. If you join them, you'll never enjoy One-Man Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
Well, a warning from Paimon.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as one retains a pureness of spirit, one's dietary proclivities are quite irrelevant.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location does preclude access to certain finer mortal comforts. That is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbour. Shuyu shall have the honor of becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
Wow.
You're leaving Mount Outsong?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, one has sought only solace and peace. Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbour. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuandai, they all chose a life among the mortal world. One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. A failing, perhaps, of recognizing what it was they truly wanted.
Little comment on that. Yeah, I agree with this. No, because you know what? As humans, each of us has their own individuality. So that's why it's on you. It's on you. You're in control. You're in control. It's just it takes inspiration. What's really not healthy is that you're being dictated into something despite the fact that you're not comfortable. But in some cases, if just for the sake of following the rules for the better, whatever is best, then you should follow. But ayaw na lang basta-basta if like you should not just go over with whatever directives because it is your individuality. Yeah, you should have something in here, right? So let's continue.
One is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbour could have enticed them to remain there. One could hardly offer an opinion on the matter, but perhaps some time in the harbor will prove instructive. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is, just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together in Liyue Harbour sometime?
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea. One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbour. You should take care to avoid disclosing one's true identity.
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret. So, when can we expect to start seeing you in the city?
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One plans to put up various items from one's collection for sale. The earnings should provide for a comfortable living in Liyue Harbour.
Okay, just a little bit of comment from earlier. When we talk about individuality, although we have our own things to do that we wanted to do, but I forgot to add this when I mentioned about when we have to follow the rules or obey the rules and regulations. Sometimes we do have limitations, no? Yeah, we do have limitations. So although you have the rights and such things, but you should not abuse it. Okay, so yeah.
One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
Seems like you've really thought of everything. Then how about we meet up in Liyue Harbour in 2 days?
A sensible plan. See you then. Oh, also, why don't you take this suspense insomnia mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should feel ill at ease in the future, you may try quieting your mind and sitting in meditation as you listen to its melodies.
Wow.
It might help you find a new perspective.
Wow, yoga.
Awesome! Thanks, Cloud
Like yoga,
Retainer!
something. Okay, and that must
Hey, didn't we
be
promise
it.
Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out?
Oh.
Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you.
Okay. We are here. I think we're almost done with Xianyun's story quest, but let's stop it here. And I'm going to switch my baby shout to Lynette because didn't you know? You know what's interesting is that I want to have character to be here so that at least, yeah. Let's just get rid of this. Okay, we still have a few minutes, but hang on. We'll go first to Fontaine because oh, and by the way, after the version update, you will notice that there's a new area, right? So, yeah. And I think it's on the world quest that you have to do that quest for you to unlock. That's not on Xianyun's story quest, which I'll just be doing that offline. Anyway, let's go back to Fontaine. Which Fontaine? Court of Fontaine? Or do you want the Opera Epiclese? Or do you want here? Royal Maritime Harbor. This is where we first met. This is where we first met, by the way, with Lyney and Lynette, the twins. Or maybe we can go to Fontaine City. No, I really don't know which location. But yeah, it's time for me. The moment you've been waiting for. Pulling for Lyney. Lyney. I'm about to pull for Lyney soon, so let's just be here. Let's just go here. Lynette, your sister, is standing by to see her kuya. Now I have 1,385 primos. Let me see. Oh, never mind. Looks like I pressed the wrong button. Anyway, we still have a few minutes. So intertwine fate and purchase with primogems. Now I only have 9 primogems, unless if I got a 4-star character. I got all 3 of them, so I should have 2. Yeah, and probably it will still not be enough, so my max pity would probably just be pity 79. Now I should turn on my music box because oh, and by the way, I'm going to get this recorded so that I could post this on YouTube later on. Okay, now hello everyone, and welcome to another quest to pull for Lyney. This is Genshin Tonight, and oh my lord, please wish me luck as I'm going to pull for Lyney. And then if I finally got him, well, wish me luck, because finally let's just pull this off, you know. Anyways, yeah, because he's considered to be the kuya, which is understandable because he's 5-star, while both Lynette and Fremine are 4 stars, so it would be easier. So it's easy to get them. And right now I'm on pity 70, as I'm going to pity 79. Okay, so wish me luck, and I'm going to turn on the music. Here we go. So, okay. Okay, so here we go. 1 by 1 for pull. So I'm going to pity 79, but let's pull 1 by 1 because I need a pity 10. I need to have 10 pulls actually, but I don't have. So let's just get along with it. First pull. Come on. Okay, it's still 3. Okay, great sword. Another one. 37-2. Come on. Okay. Third pull. Okay. Here we go. Still great sword. Tell me if it's already gold or fuchsia, if I should call it. Lyney, please, for the sake, please come home. Okay. Come on. Not yet. How many pulls left? 3. Okay, so 3 pulls to go. So where am I now? Pity 77. 77, 70, 79. Okay, so pity 77. Here we go. Not yet. Here we go. Not yet. Sharpshooter's oath. Pity 78. Not yet. And one more. Come on. Oh, okay. Okay, I got his sister, Lynette, so How much of it? It's not enough, isn't it? Now, I'm going to pull 4. I don't care, whatever it is. Let's just get some random pull. I really need you, at least a 4-star character. Now you're betraying me. Okay, I'm running out of intertwines. And I'm running out of Primogems, so I'm currently on pity 79. Let's just stop this here. Okay. Okay, that's just nerve-wracking, I tell you. That's just nerve-wracking. Oh, and by the way, for Lynette. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's just continue with the story quest. Let's just continue first with the story quest for hang on. Let's just continue first with the story quest as we finish with Xianyun. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for 2 days. 5:59, here we go. Looks like I'm going over time already. I just want to complete the story quest before hopefully indeed we will pull for Lyney. That's why I need to take advantage of let's just go first back to Liyue Harbour as we're coming all the way here. Oh yeah, we're in Liyue Harbour, right? So, where are we? Where are we right now? Well, that's so close that I pulled for when I was trying to pull for Lyney, but no 5-star appeared yet, which is still I'm on pity 79, and I wonder if I could lose to oh no, and I would end up playing a song. So, by the way, where are we gonna meet? Where are we gonna meet? Where are we gonna meet? Here we go. Go to Liyue Harbour to see Xianyun. Oh, there they are. Looks like I am in a wrong path. Man, that is so close. That is so close. I spent a lot of excuse me. Spent a lot of Primogems and yet nothing comes out. Hopefully I will not lose. Manifesting. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Oh.
Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a
I
simple collection of ordinary valuables.
after
Such
this quest,
intense scrutiny is hardly necessary.
When I lost,
To be
I only
quite
have 5.
honest, your insistence
It's
on that
gonna be
fact
a
is my
waste of
primary
resources,
cause for
you know.
concern. In what way are any of these
Okay.
ordinary?
Let's,
Every single item
go to
here could be
quest.
worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora without proper scrutiny. If I'm wrong, I would never be able to earn it back, not even if I worked every single day for the rest of my life. I have to be careful. Yes, you can never be too careful.
We're here, Clow! Miss Xianyun, what are you guys arguing about?
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years. To question their legitimacy is pure folly.
No.
Several hundred years?
Bantay ka.
Indeed.
Bantay ka, sir.
They're family heirlooms, you see, passed down over many generations, as families are wont to do.
Yep, they've definitely been around a while. We can vouch for her on that one.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of Mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold them with your own eyes. Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take them to another buyer.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items. If you could wait but a moment, I've hired an expert to appraise them for me. He should be here shortly.
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Traveler, Paimon, this is my new residence. If you have cause to seek my company in the future, this is where you can find me.
Master! Oh, it's you two again. Hello.
Shuyu! You got a new outfit! It looks great on you.
Mm-hmm. Master made it for me. I like it too.
Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hardly a challenge.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now, so maybe you could not look yet, Master? Yeah, that'd be great.
Are you hiding something?
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Do what you must, child. Now, this expert you mentioned. When can we expect their arrival?
Soon. Ah, there he is! Here, allow me to make some introductions. This
Papa
is Mr.
Zhang.
Zhang Li, a
Papa
well-respected
Zhang.
consultant at
Papa
Wangshang
Zhang.
Funeral Parlor and an
Bantay
expert in
ka.
all manner of
Hala.
valuables and antiques.
Hala. Bantay ka.
Mr. Zhang Li, this is Miss
Papa
Xianyun.
Zhang.
She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
Oh my god. Bantay ka, Papa Zhang.
If it isn't Miss Xianyun. It has been
Oh,
quite some
no.
time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhang Li?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
Huh. So you two are already acquainted?
He's the god.
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Xianyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste. You stand to gain much from this opportunity.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhang Li. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that regard.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Xianyun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhang Li. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I be certain that you're not working together to swindle me?
Here comes
I mean, you never know.
Papa Zhang and Mama Xianyun equals
A
Xiao.
preposterous accusation! The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a thing.
Uh-oh.
Miss Xianyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust.
Uh-oh.
If that proves to be beyond your capabilities in this instance, this transaction may be taken elsewhere.
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhang Li himself has vouched for the goods? Miss Xianyun, wait!
Alaka.
I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhang Li, could you please give me a final verdict on the value of these items?
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough to merit it a place in any fine home. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with geometric grace. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world. With that in mind, I earnestly recommend procuring every last item in this collection.
All right. Since I hired you as my consultant, Mr. Zhongli, I shall, of course, trust your good opinion. Then, in that case, Miss Xianyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how about we start with an initial deposit through the Northland Bank?
The Northland Bank? Huh. Oh, you refer to the fiduciary house. Oh, very well.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return to collect the goods once you've received the funds.
Zhongli!
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great! How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant!
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Xianyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
I must say, the name Xianyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular epithet in further conversation.
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly ignorant of that fact.
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, Cloud Retainer.
One has indeed. One's previous stays were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as the people's hard work and ardor. This city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years ago.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for either of us to imagine.
Alright, that's enough reflection for one day. No need to get all sentimental on us.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together? One must profess great interest in trying bamboo shoot soup.
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so logic dictates that you should have already tried it.
Oh? What occasion was this?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
Huh! Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple-layered consommé. We shall enjoy the lot. One has already passed word to Shenhe and Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple. Is that agreeable to everyone?
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Shuyu, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhongli. He is,
A humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhongli.
That should be everyone, right? Let's go!
Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite. You know, 'cause it's super tempting and stuff. Is that true?
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation, certain dishes can be too delicious to resist.
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon! Hey, wait up!
Oh, and by the way, the quest has already completed. Thank you very much for the participation. Oh, it's 60. Okay, I must get that 80th pity. So, let me go back first to Lynette. Let me go back first to Lynette. Yeah, and let me go back first to there. Yeah. Please, please. I need a Kuya. I need Kuya Lyney. Please, please, I need him. Please. Please help me. Oh my god. Oh no. I'm going to the 80th pity. I'm going to the 80th pity. So, or I think it's 81 pity, 81st pity, and I'm not. Please, please help me. Wish me luck, Xian, channels and jammates, fellow travelers. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is my only, you know, stuff. Music, please. Oh, hang on. Forgot to something. Anyways. Okay, we are back once again. Now you're looking at Arlecchino, and I really need Lyney. So, music, please. I'm going to spend that for that 80th pity. Hopefully it's a win. Hopefully, please, please. Hopefully it's a win. Please, please, please. Confirm. Please, please, please. Oh no! No, 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 no!
This is no mere illusion. 'Tis I, Lyney, the greatest magician in all Teyvat. How are we feeling today? Excited? Surprised? Oh, you're curious how I appeared in front of you like this? Well, your eyes are like topaz, precious, pure, and lovely. I like them. I've decided I'm going to put on a show just for you. Watch carefully now. Blink and you might miss it.
Thank you, Lord, once again. Lyney is now finally home. Thank you so much for... Okay, the hard work is once paid off. After the fact that I tried to get Nivelette at first. And then when I found out that, when I found out that Lyney is gonna be appearing in the first phase banner alongside the new 5-star character Arlecchino, then so I decided to skip Nivelette, and finally, after 80 pities, win a win once again, right after Xianyun. Oh. And I forgot, after I pulled for Xianyun, I do have another server, which is for the US server. And for the American server, yeah, I lost 50-50 to Chi-Chi there. And yeah, finally, here I have it. Channels and Chanmates, thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Let's stop here for a bit because finally I only have 5 crystals. and Lyney is finally home. Looks like I will pre-level up for, you know, his existence. Welcome home, Lyney. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Thank you, Lord, for Lyney's come home. Thank you, Lord, for that. Thank you, Lord. And there we have it. This is like the extended edition of Genshin Tonight. Although, as I have mentioned, I do have 3 recorded episodes, which they're supposed to be the first episodes for this year, 2024, but it ended up becoming like the second, or I thought that this is supposed to be the special episode where I have to give way to finish Xianyun's story quest, and now, just because of the fact that I wanted Lyney so bad, and finally we got the Kuya home. Thank you so much to the siblings Lynette and Fremine for the support, and there we have it, channels and channelmates, and to my fellow travelers, this has been the special edition of Genshin Tonight. Oh, and by the way, please don't forget to join me tomorrow for afternoon live at 1 o'clock, as we might be talking probably on the highlights, either on the highlights of Honkai Star Rail's and its 2nd anniversary show as well, or probably if not, we can talk about the more on the discussion about healthy eating versus freshly eating versus the processed food, or it could be anything else. So just join us on Afternoon Live tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Once again, this has been Chanoshino, your fellow traveler, saying thank you for watching. Bringing you stories, as always, coming from the World of Teyvat. And thank you so much for joining us here. Have a good night, everyone.